when I went back and watched. But I think
Sevierville, Tennessee, the Trevecca Nazarene transfer, Sophie Henry, and Maya Belton, the 5'10 guard from Blythewood, South Carolina, will be starting at the 4, and starting inside, the 5'11 senior from Decatur, Georgia, Brianna Dixon, will be starting for your Pioneers. So it will be Arnwine, Rogers, Dixon, Henry, and Belton for the Pioneers, Richardson, Kiesling, Nelson, Lambert, and Joyner for the Coker Cobras. As mentioned earlier, Megan Price in her second year as the head coach of the Pioneers. She comes in with a record of 30-18, 3-0 against Coker. Coaching the Cobras, Melissa DeVore, in her second year as well. She has an overall record of 13-29, and she is winless, 0-3 against the Pioneers. Last time out, Coker defeated Mars Hill 75-64. However, this is the only game of the week for them. The Pioneers defeated LMU 51-43. Last time these two teams played was January 17th, I believe. And the Pioneers got a 64-45 victory on the road at Coker. There were 4 lady Pioneers, or ladies, that scored in double digits, led by Dixon, who had 17. It was a tight game at the half, only a 5 or 6 point lead for the Pioneers, but a 24-12 third quarter opened it up, and the Pioneers cruised to a 19-point victory. The Pioneers will be wearing the home white with orange and black trim. The visitors from Coker wearing blue with a goldish yellow trim and numbering. It's going to be Maya Belton and Richardson jumping ball, and the ball will in possession of the visitors. Coker with the basketball. First quarter action here from Pioneer Arena. Richardson looks to drive. A lot of contact, no call. Shot off the rim and no good. Belton has the board, and the Pioneers looking to push it. Henry surveys the landscape. He's going to set up the offense here. Just underway from Greenville, Tennessee. Rogers has it, hands it off to Dixon. Dixon to Belton. Pioneers looking to work it around the horn here, working against man-to-man defense. Belton looks to drive into the lane. Spin shot up, and it is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by, trying to see who that is. That would be Joyner. Joyner, the leading scorer for Coker, coming in averaging just under 13 a game. With the basketball, the Cobras. Back out, that's Kiesling. She drives the lane, and we're going to have a reach-in foul. That's going to be called on Jordan Rogers. That will be her first, team first. 9:12 left to play here in the opening quarter. Still scoreless. Kiesling will throw it in. Up top to Joyner. Joyner goes inside in a paint to Richardson, and that ball is going to be knocked away, but Coker recovers. Joyner drives down the lane on the left side. Shot partially blocked by Belton. Her putback no good. Richardson on the glass, can't convert. Ball's tipped around, and it's going to be Henry with it, and she'll take it down the court. 2-on-2. Henry's going to take it all the way in herself. Backs it back out, kicks it out to Arnwine. Deep three, it's up. It's no good off the front of the rim. Belton runs down the board, and the Pioneers will reset the offense. 16 on the shot clock. Henry with it, top of the key. Looking to work off 2 screens. She'll come off a screen by Dixon, hands it to Rogers. Rogers off a double screen, looks to penetrate in the lane, spins back in to the middle of the lane. Shot up, no good. Scoop shot just short, and the Cobras have the basketball. That's Lambert. Over to Kiesling. Kiesling's guarded by Rogers. Henry picks up Lambert. Joyner looks to drive against Belton. Belton's got her hands full today. Tips it away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch. They're going to confer, and they're going to say it was off of Joyner. She disagrees with that call, but it will be Pioneer basketball. Still scoreless here, almost 2 minutes into the opening quarter. The Pioneers currently sitting in 8th place in sack play. Coker sitting at 11th. Little weave action here, and we're going to have an offensive foul. They're going to call that on Arnwine. Her first, team second. Still neither team yet to score here. Both teams come in shooting just around the same percentage, 36.4% for the Pioneers, 36.5% for the Cobras. Kiesling with it on the right wing. She's going to shoot a 3. It's up. It's an air ball. No good. Rogers has the board. Rogers looking to push, get some instructions from Coach Price on the sideline. We'll hand it off to Henry. Henry will set up the offense. Man-to-man defense still being played here by the Cobras. Rogers with it. Kicks it to Dixon. Arnwine comes off a screen. Dixon has the lane. Was left wide open. Drives down. Layup good. Brianna Dixon with the first points of the game. And the Pioneers lead 2-0 with 7:20 left to play opening quarter. Joyner with it. Top of the key. Kicks it over to Kiesling. Her three is up. It's no good. Rogers has the board. Arnwine's down on the left side. Instead, she's going to kick it to Belton. Belton shot up. No good. A little too strong. And it'll be rebounded by the Cobras. Under 7 to play opening quarter. 2-0 in favor of the Pioneers. Nelson looking to work against Arnwine. Instead, kicks it back out to Lambert. Lambert's pass deflected, but Joyner has it. Joyner picks up her dribble, nowhere to go. Kicks it back out. Three is up and good by Nelson. Ashanti Nelson with the three. And the first lead of the afternoon for the Cobras at 3-2. Belton looks to Henry, instead kicks it to Dixon. Dixon off a screen, left wide open. Her shot, no good, but she was fouled. And let's see, that foul is going to be called on number 1. And that will be on Hope Richardson, her first, team first. And that's going to send Dixon to the line for 2. They finally do. Nelson has it. The quick double team, and she stepped on the sideline, and that creates a turnover. Pioneers get the basketball back. 6:16 left to play. Opening quarter, 4-3 in favor of the home team. Belton will throw it inside court. On the court right now, Belton, Rogers, Henry, Dixon, and Arnwine. Trying to see where to throw it in, I believe, here. Not sure exactly. I think Maya, excuse me, having some trouble or something, and don't know if it was an eyelash or what, but nonetheless, everything seems to be settled, and Maya will throw it in. Henry will take it, set up the offense. Fresh 30. Belton hands it off to Arnwine. Arnwine looks to drive the lane. Her shot up, scoop shot good. Rayla Arnwine with the bucket, 6-3. Pioneers have doubled up Coker. Pressure getting to them, but Coker able to get it across the half-court stripe, and now they'll set it up. Kiesling with the basketball. She's going to work against Henry. They find Richardson. Richardson looks to lob it into Joyner. Joyner shot blocked from behind by Maya Belton, and Henry has it, and the Pioneers are pushing it. Henry looks to penetrate, loses the handle out of bounds, and that will be a turnover on the Pioneers. Subs coming in for Coker. Myers and Demerit will check in for Coker. Pioneers sticking with their starting 5. Nearing the halfway point of the opening quarter. Quick throw down. It's going to go into the front court here for Coker. Coker able to break the press here, but still a little uneasy. Lobs the pass inside to Richardson. Richardson gets some lane, but Belton again with a block, and it's into the hands of Dixon. Maya with a couple blocks here early on. Dixon hands it off to Henry. Henry will set the offense up here as we're ticking near the 5-minute mark here in the opening quarter. Pioneers looking to work the basketball around the perimeter. Arnwine off a screen, drives in the lane, kicks it to Sophie. Instead, the ball's going to be worked around to Belton. Belton's going to shoot a deep 2. It is up, and it is no good off the side of the rim. Rebound into the hands of Myers. Myers looks to penetrate. Does. Shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Joyner has it. Kicks it back out to Nelson, and Nelson's going to set the offense up as she gets the ball into the hands of Myers. Myers working against Henry. Looks to drive the lane. Stops at the elbow. Kicks it out to Nelson. Nelson drives. Wild shot, no good, and we're going to have a foul. That's going to be on Richardson. That will be her second. And that will be the Coker second as well. And that will take us to a media timeout. 4:37 left to play here in the opening quarter. Tusculum 6, Coker 3. We'll be back. You're listening to the Pioneer Sports Network. Kicks it up to Dixon. Dixon looked for a cutting backdoor Arnwine. Instead, kicked it back to Rogers. 18 on the shot clock. Dixon inside to Belton. Belton looks to spin into the left side. Nice left hook, up and good. Maya Belton with her first bucket, 8-3. Pioneers with their largest lead of the afternoon. The pressure getting to Coker just a little bit, but they're able to get it into the front court. Setting it up now will be Myers. Myers, the senior for this Cobra team. Looks to drive into the lane, stops, pops, extended elbow. It's up, it's good. Myers with her first bucket of the afternoon, 8-5. Pioneers with a three-point advantage. Dixon lines up a three from the left wing, no good. Rebound into the hands of Coker, and Myers will bring it into the front court. Driving down the lane is Demerit. Her pass, no good. Fight for it, loose ball on the ground. Rogers scrambling for it, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Tusculum. Dixon, Henry, Rogers, Belton, and Arnwine, your five starters still on the court here for Tusculum. 3:30 left to play, opening quarter. 8-5, Pioneers with the early lead. Dixon looks to find a cutting Maya Belton, and Maya with a left-handed layup, good. Nice assist by Dixon, nice finish by Belton, and it's 10-5 in favor of the Pioneers. Pressure again by Rogers. Rogers thought she got poked in the face. Instead, pass goes down on the baseline. Shot up and good by number 3, Demerit. Her first bucket of the afternoon. 10-7, three-point advantage for the Pioneers. Rogers with it. Little weave action. Here goes Dixon down the lane. Her shot off the backboard, no good. And it's going to be rebounded into the hands of Coker. Myers into the front court. Kicks it out to Demerit. Demerit with the bucket just a moment ago. She drives against Rogers, and there's going to be an offensive foul called. Rogers beat her to the spot, and that will be the first foul on Demerit, third team foul. Subs coming in. Mitchum for Coker and Alyssa Walker for the Pioneers. Belton will take a seat. Walker into the game, first sub for the Pioneers. Henry finds Arnwine on the left wing. Pioneers doing a good job of moving the basketball and finding the cutting players. Arnwine with it, 13 on the shot clock. She's going to drive down the lane. Her left-handed layup up and good. She has 4, and the Pioneer lead back to 5. Nearing the 2-minute mark here, opening quarter. Looking to work against this modified zone look, I believe, here by the Pioneers. Myers looks to drive the lane, and Rogers is going to get called for a tiki-tack reach-in foul. Rogers will pick up her second team foul, number 3. That's going to bring in a sub. That's going to bring in Lexi Patty for Jordan Rogers. Rogers with 2 early fouls here in the opening quarter. So Lexi Patty into the game for the Pioneers. Coley also come into the game for Coker as well, but we're going to have a traveling violation on Mitchum, and that turnover will give the basketball back to Tusculum. So on the court right now for your Pioneers, Henry, Arnwine, Patty, Dixon, and Walker. 1:48 and counting left to play here, opening quarter, 12-7. Pioneers with the lead. Walker with it now up top. Over to Henry, 15 on the shot clock. Nearing the 92nd mark of the opening quarter. Dixon off the screen, and she's going to get called for a travel as she shuffled her feet. So back-to-back traveling calls, one on Coker and one on the Pioneers. And Coker will have the basketball here with 93 seconds to play opening quarter, trailing by 5. Myers will take it, set up the offense, working against Henry. Man-to-man defense being played by the Pioneers here. 3 up and no good by Myers. Fight for the rebound. Who has it? It's going to be Henry taking it out for the Pioneers. She'll let everybody get down the court, set up the offense. 1:10 left to play here in the opening frame. Henry on the left wing, looks for Walker. Walker just an extended elbow, finds Arnwine. Deep 3, it's short. Fight for the rebound. Dixon couldn't get it. Coker has it. Coker looking to push it. Henry comes from behind, pokes it out of bounds, and almost had the nice steal, but instead it's going to go off of Arnwine, and it will be Coker basketball under their basket with 52 seconds left to play. Joyner checks back in for Coker. Coker's with the basketball on the baseline underneath their basket. 52 seconds to go, opening quarter. They have 25 on the shot clock. Joyner has it, and she's going to get called for a travel herself. So several turnovers in a row by both teams have sort of stalled the offenses here. Neither team shooting exceptionally well. 21% for Coker, 38% for the Pioneers. Henry with the basketball. She'll dribble it into the front court. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Cobras. Walker has it, looks for someone off a screen, finds Henry, ball's poked away, and it's going to be stolen by Coker, but it's going to be thrown right back to Walker, but then Coker gets it back, and then another ticky-tack foul here. It's going to be on Walker. That will be her first, team fourth. So Coker will have the basketball. About a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here in the opening quarter. 12-7, Pioneers with a 5-point advantage. Myers with it. She's picked up by Henry right in front of us. Looking to work off a screen by Joyner. Instead, she's going to keep the basketball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Nowhere to go. Henry playing great defense on Myers. Myers trying to shake her, can't do it. But now she does. Shot up, and it rattles in and out, no good. Rebound by Arnwine. 4 seconds. Looking to push it quickly down to Patty. Patty has it. 1 second. Her shot up, and it is no good. Would have counted if it had went, but it does not, and that's work the offense off screen by Walker. Dixon with it, looking to drive the lane. Pioneers cut back door. That's Arnwine. She blows the layup, unable to hit it. Nice look there by Dixon. Just unable to convert was Arnwine, and the Cokers will head back the other way. Myers gets it poked away and stolen this time by Dixon. 2-on-2. Pioneers with it. Bree takes it all the way. They want the continuation, but they're not going to call it. They're going to call it on the floor. And that's going to be on Joyner. That will be her first. Team second here in the quarter. Myers will take a seat, and back into the game will be Lambert for Coker. Henry will throw it in. on a baseline, up top to Arnwine. Arnwine will look to work off a screen. Instead hands it to Belton. Belton off a screen. 3 up and good. Maya Belton with the 3. She has 7. And the lead is now 8 in favor of the home team. 15-7. Pioneers with the advantage. Looking to drive is Mitchum. Instead kicks it back out to Joyner. Joyner's been contained pretty much. And that's good defense there by Maya Belton. It goes off of Maya, out of bounds. So it will remain Coker basketball. 14 on the shot clock. Coker looking to get it in. They finally do. It goes up top. With the basketball is Coley. And we're going to have an offensive foul. I couldn't see that because the teams were standing up. It may have been a 3-second call, I believe. Nonetheless, it's a turnover, and it gives the ball back to the Pioneers. With the basketball, Belton over to Dixon. Looking to cut back doors Arnwine. Instead, Dixon left wide open. Her 3 no good. Walker skies for the board. Had it momentarily, but it's taken away by Joyner. Coker looking to push it. Driving the lane. Shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball. Walker gets thrown to the ground, but possession arrow will favor the Pioneers. Rogers will check back in for your Pioneers, as well as Nelson for Coker. Walker will take a seat. So let's reset it here. 8:04 left to play in the second quarter. 15-7. Pioneers with an 8-point lead. On the court for Tusculum, Maya Belton, Sophie Henry, Brianna Dixon, Jayla Arnwine, and Jordan Rogers. Arnwine looking to take it in the lane. Kicks it over to Henry. Henry had a shot. Instead decides to drive. Stops, pop, shot. No good, but she does draw the foul. That foul's on number 12, Nelson, her first, team third. Henry steps to the line with a chance to push this lead to double digits if she hits them both. First free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Henry doesn't go to the free throw line much. This is her 5th free throw. That's her 6th. She misses them both, and then Dixon's going to get called for an over-the-back foul. That's Brianna's first, team first. So both free throws off the mark there by Henry. Still an 8-point advantage for Tusculum. 7:40 left to play here, opening half. Driving the lane, Coker stripped away and stolen by Dixon. Good defense by Arnwine. Quickly down to Belton. Belton couldn't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. And that is a Tusculum turnover. Coker being held to 19% shooting, 3 of 16 from the floor. Your Pioneers, 6 of 17, 35%. Both teams shooting in the 20% range from 3-point range. Lambert with it against Rogers. Rogers pestering her, almost has a steal, but it goes out of bounds, and it will remain Coker basketball. Sub coming in, that will be Kiesling for Coker. Taking a seat will be Mitchum. Pioneers have already created 12 turnovers here in the first half, with still 7 minutes to play in the opening frame here as far as the first half goes. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Looking to get a shot off. They're going to have to hurry. 3 seconds. Jackson inside, ball blocked out of bounds. And that will probably be a shot clock violation. We're going to have to look and see. They're going to try and, I believe, look, is that not, they're going to decide if that was a shot clock violation or not. They're trying to decide because that was awful close. I couldn't see Coach Price and the Tusculum bench jumped up in front of me. They're trying to see it was a shot clock violation, so a great defensive effort creating another turnover by the Pioneers. The home crowd likes it here. 6:59 left to play in the second quarter. 15-7, 8-point advantage for Tusculum. Henry with the basketball. Rogers top the key off a screen. She's going to shoot a deep 2. It's up, it's good. Jordan with her first basket of the afternoon, and the Pioneers have opened up their first double-digit lead of the day, 17-7. Kiesling hands it off to Lambert. Lambert looking to work against Rogers. A little scoop shot up, no good. Rogers clears the board. Rogers looking to run. Middle of the court and can't handle the dribble, and it's going to be a double dribble and turning it back over to Coker. Cobras with the basketball. Trailing by 10 here, 6:24 left to play. Second quarter action. Pioneers looking to continue their move up of the sack rankings, currently in 8th place. Nice spin move by Joyner, up and good. And she has her first points of the afternoon, comes in as the leading scorer for this Coker team. And thus far, the Pioneers have done a pretty good job on her. Henry with it, working against Kiesling. Finds Arnwine. Arnwine looking to work off a screen on the left side by Belton. Arnwine's going to take it in the lane. Her left-handed shot up, no good, but she does draw the foul. That foul will be on Lambert. That will be her first, team 4th. And Arnwine will step to the line for 2 shots. Arnwine comes in, averaging just under 14 points a game, shooting 69% at the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. Five for Arnwine. Second free throw is pure as well. 19-9. 10-point advantage again for the home team. With the basketball is Kiesling. She goes inside to Joyner. Nice defense again there by Maya. Reaching around and swatting it out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock. Coker will have the basketball in the corner on the baseline. 5:38 left to play in the opening half. 10-point advantage. This equals the largest lead of the afternoon. Inside to Lambert. Back to Kiesling. Her three from the corner is up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Joyner. Joyner looks to drive from the elbow. Her shot up and good. Don't want to see her begin to heat up as she scored the last 2 buckets for Coker. 19-11, 8-point advantage for the Pioneers. Rogers with it on the right wing. She looks to drive, spins back to the right, shot up and no good, just rims off. Great move, just unable to finish there was Jordan. And here comes Kiesling for the visitors. We will go under 5 to play here in the second quarter. Joyner with it. She scored the last 4. See what she does here, working against Dixon. Hands it off to Kiesling, back to Joyner. Joyner looks to drive, spins to the right. She scores and is fouled. And just like we mentioned, don't want to see her begin to get hot. That's Bree's second foul. And that is Joyner's 6th point. That will take us to the media timeout. With 4:54 left to play here in the opening half, it's 19-13. Pioneers with a 6-point advantage. You're listening to the Pioneers basketball on Pioneer Sports Network. Convert the old-fashioned 3-point play here after the foul. Her shot off the back of the rim, no good. Dixon has the board. 6 straight points by Joyner, and she has the Coker Cobras back within 6 here. Pioneers have led by 10 on a couple occasions this afternoon. Arnwine with it. Dixon up top, back to Arnwine. She's going to shoot a three from the left wing. It's up, it's no good, off the back of the rim. Rebound into the hands of Lambert. Coker looking to cut into this 6-point lead. Kicks it over in the corner. Thought about the three, instead drives the lane, shot up and no good. Putback is, I can't see, I think she may have made that. We're going to watch here. Bucket is good. That foul will be on Maya Belton. That's her first. Joyner scores another bucket, and it's now 19-15. Joyner with 8 straight points for the visitors. Free throw no good again, and the Pioneers have the basketball, leading by 4. 19-15, 4:20 to play here in the opening half. A 6-0 run currently by the Cobras. Belton with the basketball, looking to work against Lambert. 15 on the shot clock, hands it off to Dixon. Dixon has the lane, she drives, her layup, good. Dixon now with 6, 21-15. 6-point advantage for the Pioneers. Kiesling into the front court, working against Henry. Finds Joyner, she's got the hot hand. Dixon's got her hands full here. Instead, Joyner gives it away, off a screen. Driving the lane, no good. The Cobras, and they're going to quickly kick it down the court to Rogers. Rogers for the Pioneers, good. Nice fast break there by the Pioneers, 23-15. Lead back up to 8 for Tusculum. 3:30 left to play here, opening half. Wassel with the basketball. And we're going to have a reach-in foul. That's on Arnwine, her second, team foul number 4, so neither team in the bonus just yet. Sub coming in, that's going to be Lexi Patty for your Pioneers. Myers will check back in for Coker. Wassel will take a seat. So on the court right now, Lexi Patty, Maya Belton, Sophie Henry, Jordan Rogers, and Brianna Dixon. Into Lambert. 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound Maya Belton. Tusculum will slow it down here, leading by 8 with 3:11 and counting left to play here in the opening half. Henry looking to direct some traffic, works off a screen. Nowhere to go. Now to Maya. Maya over to Rogers. Rogers back to Maya. Pass deflected, and it's going to be a foul called here. Actually, they called a foul on Maya, so an offensive foul called on Maya. That's her second. And it will give the ball back to Coker. That is the 5th team foul, so that will send Coker to the free throw line here in the bonus. So that will send Lambert to the charity stripe for 1-and-1, or 2 shots. First free throw's good. Deja Lambert, second free throw, good as well. Both free throws, nothing but net. 23-17, 6-point advantage for the home team. 2:53 left to play here, opening half. Rogers off a screen on the left wing. Looks to work, instead drives in the middle of the lane. She drives her scoop shot up, no good, too strong. Fight for the rebound. There's a scrum on the ground, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow should favor Coker, and it does. Looking at some scores of interest around the league. Wingate putting a beating on Virginia Wise right now, 35-13. LR with a 24-21 lead against Mars Hill. Coker with the basketball. Myers, three-pointer, top of the key. It's up, it's no good. Rebound fought for, tipped away into the hands of Henry. 2:23 and counting left to play here in the opening half, 23-17. Pioneers have led most of the afternoon, trailed 3-2. That's the only deficit the Pioneers have faced. Have opened up a 10-point lead on a couple of occasions. Rogers, extended elbow shot, no good. Ball rattles around, ends up in the hands of Kiesling, and here come the Coker Cobras. 6-point lead for Tusculum. Myers with it, looks to work, drives the lane. Little scoop shot up and good. Myers now has 4. 23-19, lead down to 4. As we mentioned in the pregame, this game was very tight at Coker until the third quarter. And nice pass inside to Maya Belton. She shoots, she scores, and she is fouled. Lambert picks up her second. Nice shot there by Maya. Nice post move. She now has 9. Looking to get into double digits here. 25-19, 6-point lead for the Pioneers. Free throw good. Maya able to convert the old-fashioned three-point play. She's now the first player into double digits. 26-19. Pioneers with a 7-point lead. Maya now with 7. Walker will check in at the next whistle. Myers looks to drive, and she does and scores. Myers a little hesitation, dribble, and then she was able to get in and scoop up the layup. 26-21. We're nearing the 1-minute mark here of the opening half. Rogers with the basketball. Dixon thought about a three. Now back to 7, 28-21. No shot clock. Well, actually, I take that back. About a second differential, maybe, in shot clock and game clock. Nelson with it. Looks to drive, gets on line. Step back, pop, shot, good. Nelson has 5 and it's 28-23. Quickly down the court. No good by Belton. Fight for the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Coker basketball. A little rush shot there maybe by the Pioneers, but instead it will be Coker basketball. Subs coming in. Mitchum checks in. 6.5 seconds left to play here in the opening half. 5-point lead for the Pioneers. Coker with the basketball. Nelson takes it all the way down the lane. Blows the layup, and that is where we will sit at the half. That missed shot by Nelson, and the Pioneers lead 28-23, lead by 5 here at the half. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and look at some halftime stats and see if we can catch up with one of our men's assistant coaches as well. But it's a 5-point lead for the Pioneers here at the half. You're listening to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. to start the second half. Nelson, Lambert, Joyner, Kiesling, and Richardson will start for the Cobras. Maya will throw it in. 5-point advantage for the Pioneers. Second half action underway here. Rogers, left wing, kicks it down on the baseline. Belton with her back to the basket. Looks to work against Joyner. Out to Arnwine. She's able to get the pass. Again, Pioneers like to do this little motion weave action here. Tries to get in the lane. Dixon's going to drive. It looks like they're going to call an offensive foul on Dixon, and that will be her third, team first of the second half. Pioneers led by 5 after 1. Second quarter was a stalemate, 16 apiece. Joyner with the basketball. She is going to be fouled, and that will be on Henry, her first, team second. Walker will check in. Dixon will take a seat. Dixon with 3 fouls here, early third quarter action. 9:33 left to play here in the third. Ball on the baseline. Kiesling will throw it in. Trying to find someone, gets it into Richardson. She backs her way down, throws it out to Kiesling. Kiesling's going to set the offense up here. 15 on the shot clock. Lambert with it. Nelson looks to drive in the lane. Had a couple good buckets there in the second quarter. Back to Joyner. Joyner drives, shot up over Belton, no good. Belton fights for the rebound, and we're going to have another whistle. Let's see who that fouls on. It's going to be on number 15. Did he say 15? I'm trying to see. Okay, he did call it on Joyner, so there was a little confusion as to whose basketball it was, but that's on Joyner, her second, team first for Coker, and it will be Tusculum University basketball. Henry with the basketball into the front court. Over to Rogers. Rogers back to Belton. Belton working against Joyner. Now Arnwine off a screen by Walker. Back to Walker. Walker thought about the three, instead kicks it back to Arnwine. Arnwine will take a three. It's up, it's good. Arnwine now in double digits. She has 11, and the lead back to 8. 31-23, 8:46 and counting left to play here in the third quarter. Nelson with it, working inside to Joyner. Joyner's shot up and good. Joyner now is in double digits. She has 10. And the Pioneer lead back to 6. 8.5 minutes to play here. Third quarter, Maya with the basketball. Arnwine lets go baseline. She drives against Nelson, and she is going to be fouled. Let's see if they say it was in the act of shooting. That will be Nelson's second, team second. It's on the floor, so it will be Pioneer basketball on the baseline. Henry will throw it in. Pioneers spread out on the baseline. Here comes a screen. Arnwine comes off a triple screen. Instead, they get it to Belton. Belton's shot no good. And clearing the basketball will be Kiesling. Kiesling picked up by Henry. 8:15 left to play here in the third. 6-point advantage for the Pioneers. Nelson looks to drive, nowhere to go. Back out to Joyner. Joyner against Belton. Belton pokes it away. Ball stolen away into the hands of Rogers. Rogers looking to push it. 1-on-2. Joyner's going to take it. Stop. Pop. Shot. No good. Ball poked away into the hands of Nelson, and Coker looks to push it as well. 3-on-3. Lambert has it. Lambert's going to pull it back out, set the offense up. Kiesling will set it up for the Cobras. 20 on the shot clock. Nelson with it now, being guarded by Rogers. They find Richardson. She backs down. Shot up and good. Walker tried to draw the charge, but it didn't work. And that is the first bucket for Richardson of the evening, and the lead has been trimmed to 4. Maya with it, back to Henry. Henry here right in front of us here at the scorers table, looking to work against Kiesling. Back to Maya. Maya thought about the three. Joyner giving her a little bit of room. Finds Arnwine. Arnwine going to go baseline. Instead, kicks it back to Belton. Belton shot up good. Nice cut by Maya. Nice delivery by Arnwine. She now has 12. Lead back to 6, 33-27 as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the third period. Lexi Patty will check in at the next whistle. Lambert looking to work, and that's going to be a foul on Arnwine, her third. And that is the team foul number 3. Taylor will take a seat, and Lexi Patty will check back in. Patty, Rogers, Walker, Belton, and Henry, your 5 Pioneers on the court. Into Joyner, back to Kiesling. Coker looking to drive in the lane. Kiesling looking to go, nowhere to go. Rogers fights for it, has the steal. And now we're going to have a foul, I believe. Actually, they're going to call a jump ball. So I thought it was a steal by Rogers and a foul, but instead we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Coker. And now they're trying to figure out why we have a little bit of a delay here, but nonetheless, it will be Coker basketball, trailing by 6 with 6:52 to play. Into Joyner. Joyner off a screen by Richardson. Stops, shot from the extended elbow, no good. Richardson comes flying in for the rebound. Tries to make a pass to Joyner. Joyner has it, but we're going to say she was on the baseline, and that will be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Pioneers. Little frantic play there the last few minutes. Nonetheless, 6:42 left to play here in the third quarter, 33-27. Pioneers still with a 6-point advantage and a basketball. Henry will bring it into the front court. Looks over to the bench for some instruction. Now gets it to Maya. Belton's pass is no good as she tried to get it to Walker, but they're going to say Joyner reached in and fouled. That will be Sequita Joyner's third foul. Coming into the game will be Myers. And that will bring us to the media timeout. 6:31 left to play here in the third. Pioneers 33, Coker 27. Yeah, we'll make sure it is a media timeout. It is. 33-27, Pioneers with a 6-point lead. We'll take a media timeout with them. You're listening to Pioneers Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. The key looks to work off a screen by Rogers. Instead, we'll back it up, set the offense up. Walker with a little screen here. Rogers off that screen, stops at the elbow, kicks it back out to Walker. Her three is good. Alyssa Walker from downtown with her first bucket of the afternoon. Lead back to 9 for the Pioneers. Walker, the Western Carolina transfer for the Pioneers. 3 up and good. Myers wasted no time stepping back for a 3, and that 9-point lead quickly back down to 6. Looking at some stats here, both teams beginning to heat up a little bit. 36% shooting for Coker, 42 for the Pioneers. Nice pass inside to Belton. Belton's left-handed layup, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be stolen away by Nelson. Good move there by Maya. She just could not finish. Nelson with the basketball. No one's picking her up. Now Maya will. Lambert with the basketball. Maya on the switch, has her. Lambert drives her left-handed layup, no good. Richardson had it momentarily. Instead, Henry's going to clear it. Henry looking to push. Instead, is going to wait, kicks it to Walker, wide open. Walker layup, no good. Gets her on board, and she is going to be fouled. That will probably be on Richardson, and that will be her third. Actually, they called that on. They did call that on Richardson, her third. Nelson will take a seat for Coker. Walker at the line for 2 shots. Walker just with a 3-pointer just a moment ago. First free throw is up and good. 4 straight for Walker. On the season, Walker shooting at 95% from the line, only missed 1. She buries them both. She has 5, and she'll take a seat as checking into the game will be Dixon. Also checking into the game will be Demerit for Coker. So on the court for the Pioneers, Henry, Arnwine, Rogers, Belton, and Dixon. Kiesling had the basketball. Now Mitchum with it. Mitchum looking to work against Arnwine. Instead kicks it back out to Demerit. Myers left open again. Her 3 no good. Rebound fought for. Jackson had it. Coker with the basketball. Looking to reset it. Fight for the basketball. We're going to have a scrum again on the ground. Rogers all over the place. Jump ball possession arrow will favor the home-standing Pioneers. 4:49 left to play here in the third quarter, and a media timeout's been called. We'll just keep it here and look at some of the stats. 38-30, Tusculum with an 8-point advantage here. 39% shooting for the Pioneers, 35% for Coker. As I mentioned, both teams beginning to heat up just a little bit. The Pioneers 3 of 9 from three-point line on the afternoon, 2 of 7 for Coker. 7 of 9 free throw shooting for the Pioneers, shooting 78% at the free throw line. The Cobras 2 of 4. The big telling stat here, 17 turnovers by Coker. Tusculum with 10 of their own, but the Pioneers have done a really good job of getting Coker to not really be able to set up their offense. Leading the way here this afternoon for the Pioneers with 12 points, Maya Belton. She is joined in double digits by Jayla Arnwine with 11. That's the only 2 double-digit scores for your Pioneers. On the opposite side for the Cobras with 10 points, Saquita Joyner, as she has 10, and Aaliyah Myers has 8 as the 2 leading scorers for Coker. Coker comes in, as we said, 6-16, 5-15 in conference play. The Pioneers looking to extend their winning streak to 5 games, and Coker's giving us a battle. And the lead has been in that 6 to 8 range for quite a bit here in the third quarter. And right now with the basketball, Henry has it, and the Pioneers lead by 8. 4:40 left to play here in the third. Belton with it, top of the key. And we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Demerit. That will be her second, team foul number 5. That is the 5th team foul, so Maya's going to go to the line for free throws as the Pioneers will be in the bonus. Maya shoots 69.5, about 70% from the free throw line, 41 of 59 on the season. First free throw is up and no good off the back of the rim. Second free throw is good. 39-30, 9-point advantage. Maya with 13 on the afternoon. Full court pressure being applied again. It worked in the first half. This time Myers has it and brings it into the front court, and the Cobras able to break the press. 4:27 left to play here, third quarter action, 39-30. Pioneers led by 5 at the half, currently lead by 9. Keesley looks to drive. Her shot no good. Rebound into the hands of Dixon. Henry will bring it into the front court. Looks over for some instruction here on the sideline. Arnwine up top with the basketball. Over to Dixon. Dixon hands it back off to Arnwine. Instead, she's going to keep it. Little weave action here. Arnwine has it now. She's going to shoot a 3. It's up. It's no good off the side of the rim. Maya battling for the basketball, but instead she's going to not be able to get it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Coker basketball. 3:50 exactly left to play here in the third quarter. 39-30. Pioneers with the lead. Pioneers have only trailed once in this contest at 3-2. After that, it's been all Tusculum as far as the lead. That 3 is up. That's a 2. That is a 2. Her foot was on the line. Demerit with her 4th point of the afternoon, and it's 39-32, 7-point lead here for Tusculum. Henry with the basketball. Jordan off a screen. Looks to work off another one here. Drives in the lane. She's going to have the layup. Shot up. Good. Rogers now with 6. 41-32, 9-point lead. Here comes a quick trap. Back to Myers. Looks like a little man pressure. Myers breaks it easily. With the basketball, that is Mitchum. That three way off the mark, no good. Henry has it. She waits till everybody gets down the court, and now she's going to set up the offense. 9-point advantage, 41-32. In favor of the home team. Arnwine gets the lane, shot up, no good. Had the layup, just couldn't convert. Coker with the basketball, looking to push it the other direction. Pass deflected away and stolen by Dixon. Rogers now with it. 4-on-2. Rogers surveys the landscape, kicks it off to Arnwine. Arnwine layup good. Arnwine now with 13, 43-32. An 11-point advantage, largest lead of the afternoon for the Pioneers. 2:20 left to play. Myers step back three, good. Myers just let it go, and she now has 12, as she is the leading scorer for Coker. 8-point lead, 43-35. Pioneers with the basketball and an 8-point lead as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Henry hands it off to Arnwine. Arnwine back to Rogers. Rogers looks to penetrate in the lane, spins, nowhere to go, almost traveled, and then she will throw it away as Arnwine was not ready for that pass. Subs coming in. Nelson and Joyner will come in for the Cobras. Taking a seat will be Jackson and Demerit. On the court for Tusculum, Henry, Rogers, Belton, Arnwine, and Dixon. The 5 starters on the court at the beginning of the game, or in the game right now here with 1:42 to play. And we're going to have an offensive foul. Good job there by Jordan Rogers. That foul is called on Mitchum. Her first. Team foul, I think number 6 or 7 here in the third quarter. It doesn't matter. It's a player control foul, so there'll be no free throw shot. 8-point lead here for the Pioneers. Pioneers with the basketball. Nearing the 1.5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Pass to no one as that pass by Henry goes out of bounds. Pioneers turn it right back over. So Coker will have the basketball. Trailing by 8. As we inch closer and closer to the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter. Losing the handle was Demerit. Pioneers with it, out to Rogers. Ball tipped away by Myers, and Myers is going to save it. Good play there by Myers for the Cobras. Cobras looking to push it. In the corner, three-pointer. It's up, it's no good. Fight for the rebound. Joyner couldn't get it. Belton gets it. Over to Arnwine. Arnwine's going to slow it down here as there's 55 seconds to play in the third. And the Pioneers lead by 8 with the basketball. Dixon has it. Top of the key. She's going to be working here against Demerit. 15 on the shot clock. Off a screen by Belton. Decides to go to the left side. Drives the lane. Cannot convert, but she does draw the foul. That foul is on number 3, Demerit. That is her third. And that will send Brianna Dixon to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Coley will come back in for Coker. Dixon with 6 points on the afternoon, has yet to score here in the third quarter. Free throw good. 44-35. Second free throw by Dixon, good as well. So Dixon with 2 free throws. She now has 8, 10-point advantage for the Pioneers. About a 9-second shot clock to game clock differential here on the clock. Nelson looks to work against Henry. Nowhere to go. Good defense there by Henry. Trying to kick it inside to Joyner. And speaking of kicking it, Rogers kicks it out of bounds, so it will remain Coker basketball. 20 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. 45-35, 10-point advantage for the Pioneers. Pioneers have led by as many as 11 just a few minutes ago at 43-32. Inside, up top to Nelson. Looking to work it inside to Joyner against Maya. Maya doing a good job on the backside of Joyner. Myers with the basketball right now. 10 on the shot clock. Myers looking to work off a screen by Joyner. Going to go in. kicks it out. Nelson's three, it's up, it's no good. Good box out there by Henry. Arnwine runs it down. 1 second to go. Three-quarter court shot is off and no good, and that's where we will be after three. After 3 quarters of play, it's tough. Tusculum with a 10-point lead as we head into the 4th quarter of play here this afternoon in SAC women's basketball action. As we mentioned earlier at the half, the same identical score as the game over in Coker. We did outscore the Cobras 17-12 there in the 3rd quarter to push a 5-point halftime lead to double digits. Not the 24-12 we had at Coker, but nonetheless, it's a double-digit lead. Inside to Joyner. Her shot off the mark, no good. Good defense there by Maya. And the Pioneers have the basketball with a 10-point lead and a chance to extend this lead to the largest of the night. 11 is the largest lead thus far. Arnline with the basketball. Over to Dixon. Dixon on the extended elbow. Back to Jayla. Jayla looks to drive, and there's going to be a foul. It's on number 4. That's on Mitchum, her second. Team foul number 1 of the 4th. 9:31 left to play here in the contest. Pioneers battling here with a scrappy Coker Cobra team today. Inside the belt, nice left hand there by Maya. She now has 15, and the Pioneers lead by a dozen. Quickly down the court, Myers wasting no time. Her shot up no good, but she does draw the foul. That's going to be on Sophie, I believe. It is. That's Henry's second. And that will send Myers to the free throw line. Myers leading the way here this afternoon for Coker with 12 points, 6 in the first half, 6 in the second. A balanced attack by her. First free throw is up, and it's good. She now has 13. Second free throw by Myers, good as well. 47-37. 14 points on the afternoon by Myers. Henry into the front court. 9:10 left to play here in the ball game. Arnwine with it. Over to Rogers. Rogers out to Dixon. Pioneers content to work a little clock here. Rogers with it. Back to the basket to Dixon. Dixon drives in the lane. Shot up. Scoop shot no good. And we're going to have a blocking foul, and that's going to be called on Myers. That will be Myers' first, team second. And that will send Dixon to the free throw line. Dixon with a chance to bury a couple free throws here and get into double digits as well. Brianna Dixon, 14 points a game, 5.5 rebounds. The senior rims that one off. She'll get a second one here. It's up and it's good. Dixon now with 9, 48-37. An 11-point advantage here by the Pioneers. Myers with the basketball. On the right side, working against Henry. Coker looking to drive the lane, and they're going to have a traveling violation as Mitchum took too many steps. Sub coming in will be Richardson, as will Kiesling back in for the Cobras. Nelson will take a seat, as will Mitchum. Pioneers with the basketball. 5 starters still in the ball game. 5 original starters: Henry, Dixon, Arnwine, Belton, and Rogers. Arnwine hands it off to Jordan. Rogers looks backdoor to Arnwine. Nice backdoor cut, nice pass, nice finish by Arnwine. 15 for Arnwine, 50-37. Pioneers have extended the lead to the largest of the night at 13. And we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Henry. That will be her 3rd, team 2nd. This has been one of those games where Pioneers took control early, led by 5 at the end of 1, led by 5 at the half. The game has never been out of control score-wise, but it's been one that you've felt like Tusculum has had control of most of the afternoon. Shot by Richardson, no good. Ball poked around and ends up in the hands of Henry, and the Pioneers will bring the ball to the front court, leading by 13. And just under 8 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Pioneers looking for their 5th straight win, 12th on the season, and 10th in conference play. Jordan looking to work, kicks it back to Dixon. Dixon deep 3, it's up, it's good. Dixon now in double digits with 12, and the Pioneer lead up to 16. Kiesling with the basketball. Over to Joyner, she dribbles off her foot, able to corral it back. Lambert with it now, waving off some folks, looking to take Henry off the dribble, 10 on the shot clock. Instead kicks it back to Myers. Myers being hounded by Arnwine. Off-balance shot, no good. Somehow gets her own rebound. Throws another shot up. It's off the mark, no good. Richardson fighting for it, has it. Kicks it back out to Joyner. Wide open 3 is good. Joyner with a 3, and that's going to cause a timeout to be called by the Cobras. We'll take it with them because it's going to be a media. 53-40, Pioneers with a 13-point advantage. 7:05 left to play here in the ball game. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're listening to Pioneers basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneers with the basketball, leading by 13 as we tick under the 7-minute mark here in the ballgame. Henry with the basketball. She's being picked up here by Waswa. Arnwine with it on the left wing, drives in the lane. Her little scoop shot is up and no good. Joyner clears the board. Joyner just hit a 3 a moment ago to cut a 16-point lead down to 13. And now the Cobras have the basketball, trailing by 13 as we approach the 6.5-minute mark. Almost losing the handle, and Henry's going to battle for it. That great defense there by the Pioneers as Kiesling had trouble with the basketball, and we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow will favor Tusculum. So Pioneers create a turnover. Good job there by Henry. She has the basketball into the front court. 6:25 left to play in the ball game. 53-40. Pioneers with the lead and the ball. Rogers thought about a 3, instead drives the lane, carries it on her hip, lays it up and in. Rogers now with 8, 55-40. Pioneers with a 15-point advantage. Checking out some scores around the league. This has been a day of blowouts as there's a lot of discrepancies in the scores here with, I'll give you some here at the next dead ball. 3 up by Joyner, no good. Rebound by Dixon. Pioneers beginning to pull away here as we're approaching, getting closer and closer to the halfway point of the fourth quarter. 55-40, 15-point lead. Belton, three-pointer in the corner, no good off the front of the rim. Dixon fights for it, gets the ball to Rogers. Rogers will get it back up to Henry. Henry's going to set up the offense here. 15 on the shot clock, 5:25 to go in the game. Rogers now with it. Over to Henry on the left wing. They find Arnwine down in the corner, and we're going to have a foul called on Coker. Pushing through the screen. It's going to be on Hope Richardson. That's going to be her fourth. Team foul number 3. Myers will come back in. Who's going to take his seat? Kiesling will take a seat. There'll be 20 on the shot clock. Henry will throw it in on the baseline. Up to Dixon. Dixon going to work against Richardson. Step back shot blocked. Good defense there by Richardson. 15 still left on the shot clock. Henry will set it back up. Rogers looking to work off a screen. Going to drive the lane. Her little scoop shot up, good. Jordan kisses it off the glass. She has 10, and it's 57-40 in favor of the Pioneers' largest lead of the afternoon. Pioneers beginning to get a little bit of separation here in this contest. Richardson with it, spins back to the left side. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Belton. Pioneers will walk it into the front court with a comfortable lead and 4:35 left to play in the ballgame. Henry over on the left wing to Arnwine. Back up to Henry. Looking to find Arnwine on the baseline, running from side to side. Instead, Rogers has it. Rogers skip pass over to Jayla inside to Belton. Belton, nice pass over to Dixon. Ball knocked away, and we're going to have a jump ball. Good defense there by Coker, and it will be Coker basketball. Mentioning some scores of interest. 78-36 Wingate blowing out Virginia Wise. Lenore Ryan blowing out Mars Hill 70-44. Carson Newman blowing out Limestone 80-50. It's a day of blowouts in the conference here. Richardson with the basketball. Dixon on her. Instead, they're going to get it to Myers. Myers has had the hot hand today. Her shot off the back of the rim, no good. Maya clears another rebound. Maya with 9 rebounds. That may have been her 10th. If so, she now has a double-double. 3:50 left to play here in the ballgame. Pioneers leading by 17 with the basketball. Inside to Dixon, back to Rogers. Rogers thought about a 3. Instead, it's going to kick it in the corner. Jayla's three's up. It's good. Arnwine with now 18, and it's 60-40, 20-point advantage for the Pioneers. Myers pass a little lackadaisical. Dixon able to steal it, and then there's going to be a foul called. If that foul is on Richardson, she is fouled out. So Hope Richardson got tangled up, and then she fouled out. And they're going to call a tripping foul. Both referees are going to confer here and then a technical foul will be called on Richardson as well. She must have said something that the official did not like when that foul was called on her, and that will be a technical and will send Dixon to the free throw line. Little confusion here, but Dixon got the steal, and then a tripping foul was called on Richardson, which was her 5th, and she must have said something to the official or said something in disgust and was teed up. Dixon will step to the line here. Her first free throw is no good. Second free throw upcoming. Dixon with 12. She is one of 4 double-digit scores here this afternoon for the Pioneers. Second free throw is good. She has 13, and it's 61-40, 21-point advantage. Maya Belton with 15, Arnwine with 18 to lead all scorers, 13 for Dixon and 10 for Rogers, 4 double-digit scores. Henry with the basketball, 61-40, approaching the 3-minute mark here in the ballgame. Pioneers led by 10 after 3, have outscored the visitors by 11 here in the fourth quarter. Driving the lane, kicks it out to Dixon. A deep three off the front of the rim, no good. Joyner has the rebound. Over to Lambert. Lambert dribbles off her foot, and it's going to be stolen away by Jayla. Henry now has it, and the Pioneers will walk it into the front court. 2:47 left to play in the contest. Rogers content to hold the basketball a little bit, use a little clock. Now drives down the lane. She has the lane, and her shot is up and no good. But that foul will be on Mitchum. That's her third. And Jordan will step to the line for 2 free throws. Pioneers shooting 45% from the floor today, about 10 percentage points better than their normal shooting percentage. Lexi Patty will check in. Arnwine will take a seat. That could be Arnwine's last action of the day here with 2:35 left to play in a 21-point lead. Arnwine has 18, 10 in the second half. Rogers now has 11, 62-40. 22-point advantage for the Pioneers. Second free throw good as well. Jordan with 12. Walker will check in. Price will check in as well, as Maya Belton will take a seat, as she's probably done for the evening. She has 15 and 10, a double-double. 63-40, 23-point lead for the homestanding Pioneers. 2:25 left to play in the ball game. Myers with it, being picked up by Rogers. Step back three, it's up, it's no good. Fighting for the rebound. Lexi Patty has it. Battle on the ground. Who's going to have it? It's going to be 4 young ladies battling for it. Jump ball possession arrow will favor Tusculum. Patty, Price, Rogers, Walker, and Henry on the court for your Pioneers, leading by 23 here, as we will tick under 2 minutes to play here in the ball game. Patty loses the handle, gets it back, kicks it back to Rogers. 12 on the shot clock. Rogers looks to work off a screen by Walker. She does. Drives in the lane, scoop shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Myers has it. Coker looking to run. Kicks it down to Joyner. Joyner shot up and good. She has 15. 63-42. 21-point lead. Approaching the 90-second mark here in the ball game. Pioneers appear to be on their way to their 5th straight win and continue to get hot at the right time here as the season begins to wind down. Three-pointer up and in and out, no good by Price. And Myers has it for Coker. 1:12 left to play. Myers shot up and good. Myers with 16 now, 63-44. 1 minute left to play here in this ball game. It's amazing how eerily this game is very similar to the game over at Coker, as Lexi Patty will get called for an offensive foul. That'll be Lexi's first. The final score at Coker when the Pioneers won earlier this season was 64-45. It's 63-44 right now. It was an identical score at the half. Myers almost lost it. Instead kicks it out to Joyner. Joyner looks to spin. Shot up and good. Joyner now has 17. 63-46. And I believe we're going to have a foul called. It's going to be on Myers. That will be her second. And we're going to have some free throws being shot here. So Henry's going to step to the line. 37.6 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Pioneers en route to their 12th win of the season, 10th win in the SAC. Sophie at the line. Her first free throw is good. First points of the afternoon for Henry. Good crowd here on hand this afternoon for Tusculum basketball. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Coker. And Coker Looking to kick it over to Joyner. Joyner deep three. It's up. It's good. Joyner has 20 to lead all scores, and it's 64-49, 15-point advantage. And Rogers will just hold it and run out the clock, it appears. Pioneers content to run the clock out. 10 seconds left to play here. Crowd begins to cheer. Benches begin to stand. And we're about to have a final as the final horn will sound. 64-49, Tusculum with a 15-point victory over the Coker Cobras. With the victory, the Tusculum Pioneers as they will be playing a lot of games over the next few days, and we'll see how well their stamina keeps up, as it's going to be game after game after game coming up for these guys. And starts all right now with Coker. The Cobras come in, like we said, with only 4 wins on the season and struggling, and you can see they are a very youthful team, starting 4 freshmen in the lineup, so the future could look very bright for this Cobras team. But for your Pioneers coming in, battling near the top of the conference and looking to continue to keep that pace with both Queens and both LMU. As we look at the future schedule down the line, we talked about all the games the Pioneers have, but conference play will start up. It's hard to imagine that we're nearing the end of February, but we are. And March 2nd will be the SAC quarterfinals. And more than likely, the Tusculum men's squad will host an opening round game here. Again, if you finish in the top 4, you will host the first round. And so there is a great likelihood that the Pioneers could host a contest on March 2nd in the SAC quarterfinals. But long before then, before we look that far ahead, the Pioneers still have several games left. The Pioneers starting lineups have been announced. The Coker starting lineups have been announced. The Pioneers will be wearing their home white with orange and black trim. The Coker Cobras will be wearing their road blues with gold and yellow trim. Scott, Justin Mitchell, Brandon Mitchell, James West, and Trent Gibson are your 5 Pioneers. Doing the honors, it will be Brandon Mitchell and Williams Onioti. Tusculum men's basketball ready to get going. Brandon Mitchell with the opening tip into the hands of West. He'll hand it off to Gibson, and we're underway. Trent will bring it into the front court. He's being picked up by Anderson. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Cobras. Mitchell with it. Extended out on the right wing. He's going to work off a pick by Brandon Mitchell. Nowhere to go. Kicks it to West. West goes baseline. Back up top to Justin. Justin head fake. Drives in the lane. Kiss off the glass. No good. Ball kicked out of bounds. It will be last touch by the Pioneers. Little full court pressure being applied here by Coach Burton's squad here to start off. Looks like a little token zone pressure. Coker easily will bring it into the front court. Anderson with the basketball. He's being picked up by Justin. Both players wearing number 1. First half action underway here. Neither team yet to score. First possession here for Coker. Meismer with the basketball. Over to Anderson. Zone being played here by the Pioneers. Driving the lane, Anderson, kiss up, no good, off the glass. Mitchell with the board. Over to Scott, now into the hands of Trent Gibson. Trent had Anderson on his hip the whole way down. Now James West with the basketball. West thought about 3, instead Mitchell has it. Mitchell looking inside to Scott, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to be on Meismer. That's his first, team first. Xavier Meismer with the first, team first. 18:51 left to play, opening half. Gibson will throw it in on the baseline. Finds Scott. Scott in the lane, spins, but they're going to say he traveled as he shuffled his feet, so that will be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Cobras. Coach Burton, 6-1 all-time against Coker. Coach Merrill, 1-4 all-time against Tusculum. Anderson with the basketball. He's picked up by West. Actually, it's a little zone action here, a little 2-3 zone. Anderson kicks it inside to Bynum Jr. He looks to work against Gibson, back up top to Anderson. This zone seems to be giving the Coker squad a little trouble getting into their offensive set. Meismer with it now, 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry. Back up to Anderson. Anderson's 3 is up, and it's good right as the horns sound. DeMar Anderson with a 3, and Coker has an early lead, 3-0. Quickly down the court comes Justin Mitchell for the slam. And then a traveling violation on Coker on the inbounds. And just like that, the Pioneers have the basketball back, trailing 3-2. No one picked up Justin, and he quickly took it down the lane and slammed it home. Pioneers will have the basketball now after the turnover. Gibson to West. James' three is up. It's no good. Rebound into the hands of Jones, who just checked in for the Cobras. Quickly inside to go to Anderson. Mitchell picks him up. Back up top. Shot no into the corner. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebound, Justin Mitchell. Mitchell down the middle of the court to West. West, no one picked him up. West drives in, lays it up and in. James with his first bucket. Pioneers take their first lead of the night, 4-3. I guess it's officially still afternoon. With the basketball is Jones. Kicks it over to Meismer. Meismer picked up by Mitchell in this zone. Sort of a matchup zone here. Little 2-3 action. Jones looks to penetrate in the lane. His scoop shot up and good. Jordan Jones with the bucket. 5-4 Cobras regain the lead. 17:07 left to play opening half. Trent brings it back out, sets up the offense, kicks it over into the hands of Josh Scott. Josh is going to be fouled. That's going to be on Glenn Bynum Jr., his first, team second. Subs coming in. Bellamy back into the contest.
Execute it.
Bynum Jr. take a seat. Gibson will throw it in, side court. Gets it to Mitchell, hands it back to Gibson. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Cobras. 15 on the shot clock. Scott looking to set a screen for Trent. Instead, Trent waves him off. Trent hesitates, drives. Shot up, no good. There's a lot of contact, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Trent Gibson. That is Trent's first, team first. 16:47 left to play here. Opening half. 5-4 visitors with the lead over the Pioneers. Full court pressure being applied. Pass comes in. As soon as the pass comes in, they sort of release back, and Coker can bring it into the front court. Anderson with it. He's being smothered by Mitchell. Now the Pioneers back into his zone. Matchup zone here by Tusculum. Again, Coker having trouble getting in their offensive set. Anderson looks to drive, kicks it back up top. Shot up, no good by Bellamy. And we're going to have a foul. We're going to keep it down here. Let's see who they call this on. That's on Brandon Mitchell. That's Mitchell's first, team second. Coker with the basketball. Jones throwing it in on the baseline, but not before we have a sub coming in. Glenn Bynum Jr. will check in. Bellamy will take a seat. 20 on the shot clock, 16:23 left to play, opening half. Meismer gets it. Mitchell closes out on him. No shot there. Back to Jones. Jones will set the offense up against this zone. Looks like man-to-man defense being played here. Pioneers showing some different looks. On the switch, James will pick up Anderson. West over to Meismer. Meismer is fouled shooting a three, and that's going to be on Josh Scott. That will be Josh's first, team third, and that's going to send Xavier Meismer to the line for 3 free throws. Meismer fouled in the act of shooting a three. His first free throw is up and good. Meismer doesn't get to the free throw line a lot. He's 12 of 15, now 12 of 16. Makes the second. Subs coming into the contest. Ryan Carfley and Bellamy back into the contest. Third free throw is good. Meismer hits all three, and the Cobras have doubled up the Pioneers 8-4. Under 16 to play, opening half. Gibson with the basketball. Back to West. Justin Mitchell now with it to Gibson. Gibson deep three. It's up. It's good. Trent Gibson from downtown for his first bucket of the afternoon. 8-7. Pioneers get the steal. Back to Gibson. Over to Josh Scott. Josh Scott slams it home. Scott with the slam, and it's a 9-8 lead. A quick 5-0 run here by the Pioneers to regain the lead. Coker into the front court. Pressure on that full court press seems to get to Coker just a little bit, as that's created a couple early turnovers. Now a zone action here. Meismer a deep three. It's up. It's good. Meismer with 6, and it's 11-9 in favor of Coker. We'll tick under the 15-minute mark here of the opening half. Gibson brings it into the front court. It's picked up by Jones. Looking to work off a screen by Brandon Mitchell. He does. On the switch, Gibson had the advantage. Instead, they kicks it over to West, down to Mitchell. Mitchell swerves somehow, gets a shot up, no good. Follows his shot, but can't get the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers. That will take us to the first media timeout. 14:42 left to play here in the opening half. It's Coker 11, Tusculum 9. We'll be back. You're listening to the Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Welcome back into Pioneer Arena. Tim Wilson here, 11-9 in favor of the visitors right now at the first media timeout. Both teams shooting at over 50%. Coker 50 exactly. The Pioneers 57% through the first few minutes of action here. Coker with the basketball. Checking into the game, William Vetter and Jacob Hobbs for the Pioneers at that break. Jones with it, looking to work against Vetter. Instead kicks it over, and the layup is up and good by Williams. Onioti, his first bucket, and a 4-point advantage now for the Cobras. Also, Naughty Legist checked in as well. Missed him. Gibson with the basketball right now. Legist has it. Back up to Gibson. Gibson thought about a deep three, drives. His shot deep two, no good. Hobbs with the tip in, it's good. Jacob Hobbs with his first bucket, 11-13. Pioneers trail by a bucket. 13:52 left to play here. Opening half, Hobbs will pick up Jones. Man-to-man defense being played here. Pass stolen away by Mitchell. Mitchell quickly out to Trent. Trent gets the basketball. He has smooth sailing. Layup good. Trent now with 5, 13-13. On the little snowbird there, Gibson able to lay it up and in. Ball game tied, 13:30 left to play here, opening half. Coker and Tusculum. Afternoon action here from SAC men's basketball. Driving the lane, shot up and good. That was Bellamy, I believe. Actually, I take that back. That was Glenn Bynum Jr. And Coker regains the lead, 15-13. Legis spins, shot up, no good, but he does draw the foul. Nice move there by Legis. The foul is on number 4, Jones. That'll be Jordan Jones' first, team third. Jalen Crowder and KJ Crump will check in here at this whistle, as will Raymond Bellamy for Coker. Gibson will take a seat. Mitchell will take a seat. Justin Mitchell, that is. You can see maybe a little strategy here by Coach Burton and the squad here to make sure everybody is fresh, because it's going to be a lot of games over a short period of time. Pass in, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Hobbs as Bellamy got his hand in there and was able to deflect it off of Hobbs out of bounds. 13:08 left to play, opening half, 15-13. Coker with the basketball